Hello and welcome to Life and Whiskey. I'm Jordan, and today we're going to be drinking Evan Williams Green Label. I'm going to quickly go through some of the tasting and review. And there we go. So, Evan Williams, it is a brand under the Heaven Hill distillery. And let's see here. Let's talk about the whiskey first. So the whiskey, the Green Label, it's their budget lineup. It's a 40% ABV whiskey. It's aged a minimum of 4 years. It's a no age statement whiskey. And the mash bill for this, as with most of the Evan Williams lineup, is 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% barley. As I said, it's a Heaven Hill product, and it's made at the old Evan Williams Distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky. Now, Heaven Hill might have overstated some of its history. Now, it says that the distillery was started in 1783 by Evan Williams himself, but history, especially some of that that was dug up by Michael Veach, shows that that is probably impossible, as he was still in London at the time and didn't actually leave until 1794. And there are maybe some other overstated claims by Heaven Hill about the Evan Williams distillery, but none of that really matters. All that matters is that it's a Heaven Hill product, and some of the other brands that you might recognize under the Heaven Hill name are Elijah Craig, Pikesville Rye, Larceny, Heaven Hill itself, Henry McKenna, Rittenhouse Rye, Old Fitzgerald, and Mellow Corn. And that's just some of their lineup. So it's a pretty big distillery, and yeah, that's probably all you really need to know about that. Anyway, so 40% with 40% ABV. Evan Williams you'll find, and I'm going to be pairing the Evan Williams lineup with all of this information about elk hunting. So this bottle, so nice, it's their budget line, and I picked it up for $7.89. Doesn't get much more budget than that, and it's pretty delicious for the price that you're actually paying. It's a bourbon. It's kind of right down the middle. It has all the notes that you would expect from a bourbon. It has the corn dust I pick up. Now, to me, all the Evan Williams products have a heavy cherry nose, and I don't find that in a lot of the other bourbons. But it is, according to other people, it's a very common note. But Evan Williams definitely has a cherry smell to it. It's pretty good in there. A little bit of oak, nice and light. Now, I find the cherry heavy forward on the taste as well. It moves into this like coats my mouth. It's oily, kind of moves through. I get the oak secondary pushing into the finish. A little bit of brown sugar and dark fruit notes in there. But it's just cherry and corn and a little bit of oak. That's what's dominating the flavor profile for me. It's almost like a medicinal cherry, like cherry cough syrup, but in a good way. It has a sweet characteristic to it. I think for the price, as a budget whiskey, it's a great intro. Yes, it's only 40%. It's a little bit thin. The finish is short, has a little bit of a spike to the end, a little black pepper note at the end. But it's really quite good. For $7.89, there's only a handful of other whiskeys that could even throw into that category. So go ahead, give yourself the opportunity to go out and try this, is what I'd like to say. Okay, so there's my whiskey review. Evan Williams, Green Label. Go out, try it, check it out. And like I said, I'm going to be going through the Evan Williams lineup as I go through this series.